26, and if you remember, Stephen Gostkowski was put on injured reserve after the Cleveland game, and his replacement Shane Graham came in. Now, he missed an extra point. It should have been 40-26. Shane Graham, to his credit, has hit all 13 of his field goals in New England, but he has missed 2 point-after attempts. After that, Patriots moved on to play the Indianapolis Colts and Peyton Manning, and what better sweet victory than to beat the Colts and Peyton Manning. While the Patriots beat Peyton Manning, the game ended as James Sanders would intercept Peyton Manning on a Patriots 6-yard line with 28 seconds left to go. Take a knee, run out the clock. Thank you very much, Peyton Manning. The next game will be Thanksgiving Day. The Patriots will go to Ford Field and play the Detroit Lions. Now let's face it, this is their Super Bowl. The Patriots had a tough time with the Lions for the first half, but from the middle of the third quarter on, it was all New England. Patriots go on to win 45-24, Thanksgiving Day. The next day is just wonderful. The next game saw the New York Jets come back on Monday Night Football, and after Rex Ryan been doing this all week about how big and bad the Jets were, and they were the best team in the division, and they were going to beat the Patriots, and they got their butts kicked by a final score. It was awesome. Let me just find the score for you. It was 45-3. The #1 defense and the self-appointed Super Bowl champions. 45-3, butt kicking by the Patriots. The Patriots would then go to Soldier Field in a snowstorm and pretty much humiliate the Bears on their own field, 36-7. The Bears were talking about how they're a cold winter team and they do this in the snow, and did they think the Patriots are coming from Florida? Hello, we got snowstorms here too all the time. What is he talking about? Moving on, Green Bay Packers come in. All of the experts said that the Patriots wouldn't have won the game if Aaron Rodgers was in the game. Bullcrap. Patriots defense came up when it mattered most. I don't care if Flynn was starting. Rodgers was out with a concussion. Patriots still would have won. They ended up winning by a final score on a Sunday night game of 31-27. The next game, the Patriots would go to Buffalo, to Orchard Park, to take on the Bills. Now, the Bills played them hard in October, and it was tough. 38-30 win, New England. Patriots would drive down the field, their opening drive, and they would score 3 points, but then the Patriots would score 34 unanswered points, and the Patriots would prevail. 34-3 is your final. Last game of the year, another division game. Patriots come home, close out the season, take on the Miami Dolphins. They would beat them 38-7. Tom Brady would be lifted after the first drive in the third quarter, the scoring drive. As a note, Deion Branch and Wes Welker were inactive for the game. A side note, Danny Woodhead would leave the game with a head injury and he would not return. I'd like to go over with you some of the season stats. The Patriots finished the season at home 8-0. They have a road record of 8-2 and a division record of 5-1. Tom Brady, you got to listen to his numbers. 324 completions or 492 attempts. He threw for 3,900 yards, 36 touchdowns, and 4 interceptions. That's it. MVP. He had a passer rating of 111 for the season. Lawrence Maroney's replacement, Ben Jarvis Green Ellis, I love the guy. I've been loving this guy for a long time now. He ended the season with 229 carries. He got 1,008 yards, first 1,000-yard rusher since Corey Dillon of 04, Super Bowl champion. 4.4 yards a carry, 13 touchdowns. Danny Woodhead filling in for Kevin Falk, got the ball 97 times and he rushed for 547 yards. On the ground, 5.6 yards per carry, 5 TDs. I'd like to talk a little bit about the replacement of Randy Moss, Deion Branch. He caught the ball 48 times, 706 yards. He had a 14.7 average per carry and 5 touchdowns. Wes Welker, if you remember, he's coming off torn ACL surgery, 86 receptions, 848 yards, 9.9 yards a carry, 7 touchdowns. I'd like to briefly talk about the defense, which all the experts are saying how terrible they are. Gerard Mayo in his third year is just incredibly on fire. He's going to the Pro Bowl. He's got 175 combined tackles, 114 total, 61 assists. He's sacked the quarterback twice, and he forced a fumble. I'd also like to talk about Patrick Chung. He had 96 combined tackles, second on the team behind Mayo, 72 total, 24 assists, forced no fumbles, but he did get 3 interceptions. And everybody talked about Brandon Merriweather and James Sanders. Patrick Chung, he's a starter. He's a great safety. He's going to be an awesome safety. Devin McCourty, this is a rookie Bill Belichick got lambasted when he picked this guy. Nobody wanted, what are you doing, what are you doing? Well, what did he do? He started as a cornerback. He 82 tackles, total 69, 13 assists. He sacked the quarterback once. He got 7 interceptions. This guy is going to be good. Ty Law's replacement's finally here. Yeah, Asante. If you hold on to that interception in the Super Bowl, we got 4. I don't even want to talk about Asante. Moving on. Total offensive rating. The rankings in the NFL. Patriots, 32.4 points per game average. They were first in the NFL. Yards per game at 363.8. They were 8th. Passing yards, 240.4 was good for 11th. Rushing yards, 123.3. They ranked 9th in the league because, you know, the experts said they couldn't run the ball, right? They were 9th in the league. Touching on the defensive ranking, again, they said the Patriots were terrible. Points per game. Patriots gave up 19.6 per game average. That's 8th best in the NFL. The passing yards, they were 25th at 366.5. Passer rating, they were 30th with 258.5 passing yards per game. Rushing yards, 108.0. They were 11th best. This is classic Patriots bend but don't break offense, led by my man, Vince Wilfork. Love you, Vince. I'd also like to share with you before I call it quits, the Patriots' 2011 regular season was announced. Schedule. In addition, at home, they're going to play Miami, Buffalo, and the Jets. Matt Castle and the Kansas City Chiefs come back to Gillette to play them. San Diego Chargers, Peyton Manning and the Indianapolis Colts, the Dallas Cowboys, and the New York Giants all make trips to Gillette. Patriots for the road games, in addition to the Dolphins, Jets, and Bills, they will be going to Denver. Josh McDaniels is fired, by the way, so it won't be him. They'll go to Denver. They're going to go to Oakland. They're going to go to Pittsburgh. They're going to go to Philadelphia to take on Michael Vick. And they're going to go on to Washington at FedEx Field, the Washington Redskins. Well, that just about wraps up my regular season recap for 2010. If you could check out all kinds of cool stuff on my website, that's www.jerryspatspage.web.officelive.com. Now, I know that's a lot of crap. Eventually, I will just get jerryspatspage.com. But right now, jerryspatspage.web.officelive.com. Enjoy it. I got all kinds of cool stuff on my website. All my game reports, all the reports from past Super Bowls, all kinds of cool stuff, tidbits. If you want to know what a Tampa 2 defense, cover 2 defense, zone blitz, all that kind of stuff, go to my site. I'll tell you what it is. Next show coming up, I'm going to get you ready for the playoffs. Patriots, AFC's top seed, first round bye. They'll be playing next in a divisional round on the way to Super Bowl 45. This is Jerry for Jerry's Pats page. Take care and go Pats!